Home with God, Chapter 17. There is nothing mysterious about the universe once you look right at it. We have once again launched off into a whole different area from that which I thought we were going to explore. Fascinating as this is it relevant to my topic, which is life as I am experiencing it and my death? Everything here interlocks. Not a single fact about life and what you call death stands alone. All are relevant. Okay, so then answer this. If everything is happening at once, how is it possible for the us, that is, we, to experience events as if they were happening in isolation, sequentially? It is a matter of what you choose to look at. And that is an enormously practical piece of information about your present passage through this life. Your experience is created by what you look at, or more correctly, by which way you move in space-time. I beg your pardon? Let me give you a simple illustration to see if I can bring you closer to comprehension. My God, please, I'm trying my hardest to track you here, but I need something to hang my hat on. Okay, let us say that you have walked into a room. It is a huge room and an ornate one. Perhaps it is a library in a richly appointed home. Fine, I can picture that. You walk into the room and you notice some things first. Maybe there is a pair of larger-than-life statues of nude human figures in the corner. Naturally, they catch your eye. You move towards them to check them out. Or perhaps there is something else equally dramatic hanging about. A huge stuffed bear. Or a widescreen TV blaring on the side wall. Your attention goes there at once. Your mind goes there immediately. Okay, I can imagine that. Now you begin to look around, and you start to see other things, smaller things, less dramatic things. Finally, you move towards a bookcase in the middle of the room. Your eyes light upon a particular title on the binding of a book in the center of the middle shelf directly in front of you. This is what you came into this room for. The statues caught your eye, and you moved towards them, but this is what you came here for. Describing this scene to someone else later, you might hear yourself saying, "At last, there it was, just what I was looking for." Of course, there is no "at last" about it. You could just as easily have said, "At first, there it was." The coveted book was there all along, waiting for you to see it. It did not show up later. Indeed, it did not show up at all. It did not arrive at a certain time. It was there all along. Yet you did not see it, because you were not looking at it. You did not move towards it. Yet everything in that room was there, It all existed simultaneously. You saw what was there, discovered it, and therefore experienced it sequentially. Thus, the moment was truly sequentaneous. I get this. I understand how it could have seemed that way. A thing does not suddenly appear when you see it. Your seeing it makes it suddenly appear to you. Those who dabble in elementary quantum physics would say that nothing is there until you see it. Your seeing it there puts it there. Yet more advanced science now knows that even this is not the ultimate statement of how things are. In ultimate reality, things are there before you see them. That is, multiple possibilities exist at all times. Every conceivable outcome of every conceivable situation exists right here, right now, and is occurring right here, right now. The fact that you see only one of them does not, in the literal sense, put it there. It puts it here, in your mind. But which reality out of the realities that exist is the one that I put in my mind? The one that you choose to see. And what makes me choose to see one reality instead of another? Well now, that is the question, isn't it? What does make you choose to see one reality rather than the other? When you pass a person spread out on the sidewalk, unkempt, unshaven, gulping a bottle of wine, what makes you choose to see either a street bum or a sidewalk saint? When you see a written notice from your employer that you have been downsized, what makes you choose to see either a horrible disaster or a wonderful opportunity? When you see a television report of an earthquake or a tsunami with thousands killed, what makes you choose to see either a calamity or the playing out of perfection? What does make you choose one thing over the other? My idea about what is there. Indeed. Also your idea about yourself. This reminds me of the story of Don Quixote, the man of La Mancha, in which one man sees the world through different eyes, eyes that burn with the fire of inner vision. As Joe Darien's lyrics in a song from the musical stage play put it, Don Quixote conceives the strongest project ever imagined. To become a knight-errant and sally forth into the world, righting all wrongs. He finds a shaving bowl and turns it over, sees it as a helmet, wearing it proudly on his head. He encounters a wench of a barmaid, Aldonza, and sees her as Dulcinea, a beautiful damsel, pure and true. He asks her for a token that he might carry into battle, and when she derisively throws him a bar rag, he sees it as her scarf, and carries it next to his heart. He rides off, declaring, I am I, Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha. My destiny calls, and I go. And he made it all up. What then is your destiny? How will you live your life? How will you see the people, places, and events in it? And how will it all turn out? Your God, you tell me? It will depend on how you look at it. Do you know what is incredible? As crazy as this is, I think I'm actually understanding this. Of course you are, because this is all very natural. Your soul understands all of this, including sequentiality, perfectly. Your soul knows that all realities exist. The man on the sidewalk is both the street bum and the sidewalk saint. Aldonza is both the barmaid and the beautiful damsel. You are both the victim and the villain, and have been both in your life. And none of it is real. None of it. You are all making it all up. You create your experience by deciding what part of all that is you choose to look at. And you may very well look right past something that you were trying to find. Brother, do I get that? Some people tell me they are looking for their perfect mate, but when that person is sent to them by the heavens, they don't even see him or her, because they are so distracted by things such as appearances or what they describe as flaws. Don Quixote saw the barmaid as a beautiful damsel, and she became one. This looking right past something even applies to physical objects. I can't tell you how many times I've gone searching for something that was right in front of my face, but because of one distraction or another, I did not look at it. I looked right past it. And so I leave that room, that moment in my life, announcing to all concerned, it's not there, I tell you, it's not there. Then, much to my dismay, someone else marches into that room and triumphantly returns with exactly what I swore was not anywhere to be found. This is what a master does. A spiritual master is one who marches into the room of your life and sees what you swear is not there. So often I've heard people say, heck, so often I've heard myself say, now how in the world did that get there? Magicians understand this principle perfectly. They say that the hand is quicker than the eye. They perform their tricks right in front of your face. There is no illusion to it at all, but the magician knows that it will seem like an illusion to you because of where you are looking. The secret of the magician's profession is to keep you looking away from where the trick is being done. It is no accident that magicians and spiritual masters have often been thought of in much the same way and called mystics. The words mystical and magical are often put together to describe a particular person or experience. Mystics are people who see things that you do not see. They are not looking away from the place where the magic is being performed, but rather right at it. There is nothing mysterious about the universe once you look right at it, once you see it multidimensionally. This is not easy for most people to do, however, given their limited perspective. You have placed yourself with a body, inside of space and time, seeing, perceiving, and moving in the limited directions of which the body is capable. Yet your body is not who you are, but something that you have. Time is not something that passes, but something that you pass through as you would pass through a room. And space is not really space at all, as in a place where there is nothing, for no such place exists. Time is. It is said that time marches on, but time, in fact, marches nowhere. It is you who march on, you who move through time, you who create the illusion of time passing as you pass through the only moment there is. And the only moment there is endless. And so as you move through it, you have the feeling that you are literally just passing time, because you are. Time is something that you notice sequentially while it exists simultaneously in all spaces. Space and time are sequentaneous. As you move down the corridors of time, you come to experience that space-time is vast. The only moment there is called the space-time continuum, precisely because this space-time reality continues to always be. You as pure spirit can move through this singular reality, sometimes called the singularity, in endless cycles as you continue to experience yourself. You are this singularity. You are the stuff of which it is made, the pure essence, the energy. You are an individuation of this energy and this essence. You are an individuation of the singularity. The singularity is what some of you call God. The individuation is what some of you call you. You can split yourself up and move through the singularity in many different directions. You call these various movements through the space-time continuum lifetimes. These are the cycles of the self that reveal the self to the self through the cycling of the self through the self. I am flawed here. I've never had anyone explain it all to me like this before. Well, it's about time. Oh no, that's cute. You're cute. Thank you. So now, let me see if I can bring this all down to my individual self and get some perspective on all this. We human beings are the individuation of the singularity, experiencing life sequentially, simultaneously. That's it. You've got it exactly right. Are you kidding me? Did you hear what I just said? I just said, we are the individuation of the singularity, experiencing life sequentially, simultaneously. Yes. And I just said, you've got it exactly right. Terrific. I'm in Wonderland here. I've just fallen down the rabbit hole.